Hey, what's up? I'm Guy. That's John. This is our YouTube channel. Subscribe to it and give this video a like.
We also have a podcast with both of us below in the description. Check that out as well.
All right, John. Today we are checking out Baker Mayfield, moving in the shadows. This is what he recently told the media that covers the Browns.
It's just time to work. It's time to do our thing instead of talking about it. This is the first media thing I've done, just because there's no need to be talking about it. It's just time to go do it. And right now it's, kind of moving in silence, which is fine with me. That's how I used to do it before getting on a bigger stage. So I'm happy to get back to those.
Happy to get back to those roots is what he was saying there, John.
You know, it's always good when you can tell people how silent and low-key you're going to be. You know, I like the people that just are low-key. You know, if you're going to be a talker, it's fine. We're going to be able to tell. I think it's very tough to transition from this boisterous. I mean, one of the reasons he got drafted number one, right? A big sticking point was this moxie, was this just intangible that you couldn't quite justify. And then there were the coward, the critics, Colin Coward, of just, some of the off the field stuff. And then it feels like it's kind of meshed together. Now, he hasn't got necessarily in any trouble in the NFL. It just feels like immaturity and focus and just his ability to handle everything overwhelmed him when shit hit the fan. Because it's easy in the NFL, like in anything in life, to just be cruising in the fast lane when everything is going well. How about when some shit hits the fan, when you got a 7-car pileup right in front of you, when the fucking economy crashes, when your team's lost 4 in a row, and you just went, that's not a great sign last year, and now it's like everyone just try to be low-key. I don't know if there's a low-key element to this team, right? When you have Odell Beckham, I think kind of what Baker Mayfield's become, and just their ability to, the Myles Garrett situation last year, they just got a lot of shit around the team, even if you try to kind of temper it all down, right?
I would say the other factors in the way he's viewed are he comes out, right? People debated how good of a rookie year was it. Some people thought it was better than others. But it was 27 touchdowns, 14 picks, 64% completion percentage, 3,800 yards. Like, by a lot of measures for a rookie year, you'd probably blindly take that for most guys. And then what happens? It feels like they go with his guy as the head coach, right? Freddie Kitchens.
Like he had a bunch of juice to get the guy hired.
And then it goes the wrong direction. He's 22 touchdowns, 21 picks. So his touchdowns go down, his picks go through the roof. And they were already kind of high. And on top of all that, they were the team last year that kind of was this sexy preseason. They're going to take another step. He's going to take another step. And it felt like they kind of bought into it. His commercials were everywhere. So I actually do think
God, they were
working. I wrote moving in the shadows, but working in silence. That is the move. But like you said, people who work in silence don't announce that they're working in silence the first chance they get to talk. Like,
when they send SEAL Team 6 on a mission, do they let the people they're going on the mission know that they're coming?
Perfect example, because you know what a good spy never says is, I'm a good spy. Trust me. Well, you're a spy? Like, I always say that, like, for young people out there, I love when people like take credit for this. It's like, you know what? I'll tell you one thing about me. I'm going to tell you who I am up front. Like, congratulations. But why should I believe you, what you tell me? I'm just going to, you know what I always say in gambling, John, my favorite gambling quote is Maya Angelou. She didn't mean it for sports gambling. I say, when a team shows you who they are, believe them. When a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time. I mean, if he's going to change, then he'll change. But it won't be because he said it.
You know what, Guy, though? I also think there are added elements with him besides just what he says and the way he acts. He was the #1 overall pick in a draft that just produced the MVP of the league, that produced Josh Allen, who's a polarizing player, but you go, God, he's poised to make the playoffs again. Sam Darnold, who I think we'd all say, if you just gave every team in the league the choice right now, they would probably want to work with that. Is Baker Mayfield talented enough? Right, because I think last year was the first time probably since he really started humming it at Oklahoma where you went, he's short, he looks slow, he's inaccurate. Like, to me, the talent came into question where you just go, I don't know if I see it, guy. And then you factor in the extra stuff that he's always have to talk about or temper down or clap back to. If he's not talented enough, like Lamar Jackson, NFL talent. Josh Allen, NFL talent. Josh Rosen, who the hell knows? Sam Darnold, NFL talent. Baker Mayfield, I heard about it, but last year I saw it and was like, what am I watching? Now, Freddie Kitchens removed. Stefanski, it feels like they add Austin Hooper. They add a bunch of offensive. They sign a right tackle. They draft a left tackle. There are no excuses for them not to be a good offense this year, right? That, to me, there is tangible pressure on this guy. All the fluff, the act. However you're going to act, whatever. He's got to play well, or else are we looking at like a bust? Are we looking at a guy that's not even on the team in 2 years? That's where I think it's kind of like it's closer than we think. This is year 3. Are they picking up his 5th-year option if he's not good this year?
I will say
it's crazy
this.
How fast that came, guy.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt. It always feels like it happens that way. But if I were to play, this isn't even playing devil's advocate. I will say this when we just talk about his draft class, specifically Josh Allen, Sam Darnold. I mean, he's thrown more touchdowns than both those guys. Now, he's also thrown more picks.
But I'm just talking about eye test when
you
watch him play. What coach, if you gave Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Kyle, who would they want to work with? It just feels like Baker, who had come in. That's the thing coming into the draft. It felt like all the high-level guys, believe what you want, Josh McDaniels, Sean Payton, like guys liked him. There was even some buzz like the Niners liked him. It was just a lot of people just felt like they liked him. And now it feels like just the off-the-field factors in the way he acts. And then the on-the-field, you go, I don't know. I just think there's a lot more I don't know. I loved him coming out. I thought he was the next Drew Brees. Part of Drew Brees, though, you'd be like, he's like one of the highest level humans ever. That's a huge part of his story. It's just like, people when they retire, when they play for the Saints, they cry. Not because they're retiring, because Drew's sitting there. It's like, that's what the moxie, the Brett Favrean, like, you're just not seeing you didn't see that last year. And if I wanted to join your side and defend him a little bit, even throwing out Darnold and Josh Allen, I'd go, Freddie Kitchens going to go down as one of the worst one-year wonders we'll ever see in league history. Like, it was a laughingstock joke. It had no business coaching. It might just be a one-off. Like, say what you want about Hugh Jackson, that in that year, and Greg Williams. Those guys are NFL people. Freddie Kitchens might just be like a lifetime tight end coach, and Stefanski feels like an actual coach. So maybe he has a chance this year
because
we don't know.
Chicken or the egg. Wherever we're here, the fact is he's on his 3rd coach in 3 years. Now, that might be because he's playing for an organization that historically can't win.
But that's where he is.
But that's where he is. I would have said from the beginning, don't act like you don't be like all fired up to go there. But he wanted to go save him. And I do respect that. Hey, I'm going to make it different. But he's walking where many men have walked before and not emerged. And that's the Cleveland Browns quarterback room.
Yeah.
So,
great point. But I think one thing, if you want to say he has going for him, clearly like Johnny is a recent example with Cleveland that we knew right away, maturity, talent, no. It was a no early. Yeah. Baker's not like a no. It's just an unknown.
Yeah.
Like, what do we got? Is he going to go down this out of the league in 5 or 6 years, or is he going to be like have a really solid career?
Can I ask you this?
Is it too much to say I don't see star, or is it just too early?
I think that would be more fair than predicting star at this point. If Kevin's
because the talent doesn't pop.
No, but they're less talented
quarterbacks,
the right coach, the right system, the right team, really good running game, solid defense. Like,
yeah, you can be a good. He can be a good. He can be a playoff quarterback.
Let me ask you this: if Johnny Manziel was really high level, would he be in the NFL right now?
Yeah, because he had a good enough arm, athletic enough. Why couldn't he have been a more of a move Case Keenum type? Okay. Like you're saying, like a 10 character, 10.
Yeah,
because he is smart.
Yeah. Is he talented enough? Is the question.
1,000,000% he'd be in the NFL.
Let us know what you think is next for Baker, and are you buying that he's now moving in silence? Down in the comments below.
Like the video.